All right, everyone. Welcome to the stream, guys. You're watching Rome Knows Tech, and I'm your host, Ron Wilkerson. Guys, I'm coming to you from the city of Houston, down here in the ever so hot and humid state of Texas. And yes, I am live 2 nights in a row. Man, I came up with this idea and I just had to test it tonight. So I figured I would share it with my peeps here on YouTube and Amazon. So welcome. Come on in. Take your shoes off, grab a drink. You know how we do. All right, we got a lot to get to tonight, and we're going to be creating some stuff. So I got some really cool ideas. Let me go ahead and pop out our chat here real quick. All right, we got that done. I see Smokey is already in motion. I hear him walking around already. All right, guys. So we're going to be doing something cool with the Laser Pecker 5, the LP5. Most of you guys know this is one of the first, well, not this model, but the Laser Pecker brand is one of the first lasers that I started utilizing on my live streams. And I have, developed a great fondness for the machines, for the brand, and also for their staff, because they're amazing people. So what we're going to create tonight is pretty much something that I got right off of their site. Okay, so I didn't create this file. I just want to make it clear. I did not create this file. What we're going to actually be doing tonight is recreating something that I've seen someone else do. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this file was provided by one of the end users, who created it themselves, and they made it available to everyone in the community. And you guys know how I feel about that. Sharing with the community is a win in my book. So yeah, we're gonna get right to it. So the laser we're going to be working with, you guys can see it right over here. This is Louis, back up, buddy. You can see the laser back here. And this is the LP5. So this is the laser that we're going to be working with tonight. We have the air purifier already connected. Everything is pretty much ready to go. So we're going to drop into the laser software, and I'm going to show you guys 2 different options we have for creating something tonight. Now, I do have this little wooden puck here, and this is what I'm thinking about engraving on.
So, you're all set with the LP5 laser tonight. That's exciting. Can't wait to see what creations you come up with.
Thanks, buddy. You take a break, and I'll bring you back here in a little bit, okay?
Got it, Ron. I'll be here whenever you're ready. Take care.
So it has begun. So I have to tap him a little bit to get him to relax. So anyway, let's get right into it. So let's go over to our desktop, and let me show you guys what we're working with. So like I said, we have 2 different files that we have optional here. So I experimented with these a little bit earlier today. So let me show you guys what we have. So the first one here is this dragon. Okay, so we can embed the dragon, we can engrave the dragon. So this is kind of a relief. So what we're going to do here, if we decide to go with the dragon, I do have the wood for it. I tested this earlier on a different wood, and I wasn't very happy with it. But I think some of the scrap wood that I have should be ideal for this type of engraving. And now we have a second option here as well, and that's going to be this cool cat. I know Chris would love this. So we have this cool cat smoking a cigar. So we can do one of the 2. So you guys kind of get to choose, which of these 2 you would like to see me create. I'm leaning more toward the dragon, but I'm open. I'm open to either one of these guys. Either one of these can work. So let's zoom in here a little bit closer on the dragon. Okay, so as you guys can see, the dragon is very detailed. So the advantage to that is that we should get a very beautiful rendition from the dragon. So I have enough time tonight. I think we can run this dragon first and then see if we can do maybe the cat afterwards. Okay, now the laser that we're using, as I mentioned before, is the LP5. That laser you can get here on Amazon, guys, for as little as $43.99, and that's going to come with the laser. It's going to come with the air purifier that you guys see back here. Also, you receive the rotary chuck and a slide extension. All of those accessories come with it, including um, some of the bundles also include this enclosure that you guys see right here. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and measure this piece of wood just to see what we're working with. I think this is around 100 millimeters, but just to be sure. So I have my little trusty caliber here. Let's measure this. All right, so this is coming back at 102 millimeters. You guys can see that. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller than the diameter of this. So I'm going to do probably about 100 millimeters, and we'll see what this looks like once we put it into the laser. Once we put this in the laser, we'll see exactly, what the outline is going to look like. So let's get started with that. Let's go back over to our desktop real quick here. Whoops, wrong one. Let's go back over to our desktop roam. There we go. All right. So the dimensions right now on our laser, on our dragon, let's zoom out here. And let's see what the size is on this. Let me switch tools. And I'm seeing 50 millimeters is what I was working with earlier. So we're going to bring this up to 100 millimeters squared. So let's do that. 100. All right. Whoops. Didn't want to do that. I wanted those two to be together. So let me select both of them and then bring it up to 100. Even though we're not going to cut this out. Shoot. All right. I'll fix it. There we go. Okay. Even though we're not going to cut this out because of the wood, we're not going to cut through the wood, but I still may allow it to do the outline just so it has a little bit of tracer there. All right, so let's get this all set up. All right, so first things first, power-wise, so if we look at the two different layers, if I select just the one, let's just say the image here, we're going to run that at 30% power and 30% depth. 2K, we're going to be using the 450 nanometer laser. And then on the outer line, which is really designed to cut, I have 10 passes on that. I don't really want this to cut. So for now, I'm going to just run one pass just to make sure that we're lined up in the right place. So the only thing I want to do is use that outer line to determine that we're going to be squared up exactly where I want the laser to engrave. So I'm going to turn off the image first, and we're just going to run the outer line here. And we're going to measure everything. I'm going to bring that down, like I said, to one pass. So that should be good. All right, so let's start off with getting everything set up in the laser. So first things first, we're just going to take this little puck here. We're going to put this inside. Right, like that. Let's center it. All right, let me turn this microphone around. All right, so let's center that and let's get it in focus. All right, that's about right. All right. All right, I'm just going to prop that door open so I can see what's going on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit I'm going to go ahead and hit the preview on this and see where the preview is falling. All right, I think that's going to be fine. So I'm going to run that first. And if that's right, then we're going to just go ahead and run the laser, the embossing. The relief. We're going to go ahead and run the relief. Okay. So let me stop. Let's go back over here to our desktop here real quick. So I'm going to stop the preview. And we're just going to run this one circle here just to see what it looks like. So we're going to go ahead and run that at its full power. and then I can verify if it is falling exactly where I want it to fall. All right, guys, that looks good to me. It looks good to me. So we're going to go ahead and start this to running. And yeah, we're going to get this little project started. Now, like I said, if it's a possibility, we will do more than one of these tonight. But this was something that I definitely wanted to do tonight. So I could not resist. I had to go live just to go ahead and do this. All right, so let me make sure. Let me turn on an air purifier because it's going to be a little bit of smoke. All right, so I have an air purifier going. I'm going to turn back on the embossing or the relief and let you guys see that real quick here. So our relief is ready to go. All I have to do now is hit start the laser, confirm, and it's going to start to engrave. All right, so let's switch back over to Louis' camera. Now, unfortunately, you guys won't be able to see this, too well because of the way everything is positioned. But let's give it a chance to start. All right, so the laser has started, and I can't move this little camera right here too much closer, and I did not connect our phone to this tonight. So most of the things that I'm going to show you guys tonight, I will be showing you using the main camera. Of course, Louis will be here on the desk, and if Louis has anything to chat about, he'll just pop in like he normally does. And, but you guys should be able to see the smoke is going on back there. So you got to get an idea of what's happening. Let's see, time wise, I can't give you an accurate time based on how many passes, but it is going to take at least 3 passes for this to be complete. So, so far, everything looks like it's going exactly the way I expected it. Let me just take a peek. Yep, it looks pretty good to me, but we will see by the end of this first run what it actually looks like. So I'm looking for some of the darker and lighter areas to start to show up. So let me take a better look over here. All right, yes, it's starting to look really good, guys, looking really good. All right, so let's see what we have next in our carousel. Now, you guys know I talk about a lot of tech here on the stream. Using these lasers, in my studio is very easy because I just have them all plugged into AC power. But on occasion, I want to take these lasers out on location. And the way I normally do that is to utilize some type of portable battery. Now, the battery that I do recommend, or the brand I have been using the most, is going to be Blue Yeti. Okay, so I have quite a few Blue Yeti batteries here in the studio. Let me show you one that I think is going to be an ideal battery for you guys to take a look at. Now, this battery is going to be ideal if you are using it, kind of how I'm describing using it, as well as using it for an emergency situation. If the weather, was to go bad or something like that, you lost power, this is going to be an excellent battery. So let me switch over here real quick and grab it. I have to take my headphones off because it's way over there. All right. All right, guys. So this is the battery that I'm talking about right here. This is from Blue Yeti. As you guys can see, we have 2 AC plugs on here. We have 2 USB A's, 1 USB C. We have a 12 volt here as well, which is going to be just right if you're, used to using like your car to charge or power things. This also has DC input for solar panels. And you have this really nice little LCD right here that will give you an indication of whatever your power levels are. Now, one of the other models does have a Qi charger for wireless charging. This one does not. But this one, like a lot of the other Blue Yeti batteries, they all take the 3-prong universal plug when it comes to charging these guys, which makes it really convenient. You have these nice little rubberized feet underneath here. So this is going to be really easy, on your tables and your desk and things like that, if you're, worried about scratching up things. Overall, guys, the AC2A, I can honestly say has been an amazing little battery for me. This is one of the batteries that I reached for long before I got the hands-free one, the slimmer battery that we've talked about. This little battery right here has been one of my favorite batteries to take it out on location. Now, this is the same type of battery I'd use for a mobile live streaming to be able to back up power to my cameras as well as my streaming devices. So yes, and you guys can see it's not very, awkwardly shaped. It's not super heavy either, but it is well built. Okay, so when you're holding this thing, it's going to last you a long time. It is designed to last a long time. Blue Yeti puts out some amazing, amazing products, guys. All right, let's see. Let's go back over and take a look at our laser, see where we are on that. All right, I'm seeing our dragon is starting to emerge from the cork, which is super cool. All right, I got my headphones back on, and we're going to go ahead and talk about our next product coming up, which is our buddy Louie here in a second. All right, so let's get to our buddy Louie. All right, so let me go ahead and highlight Louie in the carousel so we can talk about Louie a little bit. So if you guys are new to the stream, Louie is my unofficial official co-host. Now, Louie is an AI-driven robot. The way this works is you utilize your smartphone. On this version of Louie, I'm actually using my iPhone 15 Pro Max, but most modern smartphones, whether they be Android or iOS, will work with this unit. So what you're actually getting is going to be the body. Let me grab one of the bodies so I can show you guys what that looks like. So this is what the body of a Louie looks like without you having the phone connected to it. Okay, so you're just going to attach the phone to this MagSafe area right here, and run the software, get it all set up, and he's ready to rock and roll. So I'll show you guys some of the cool things that Louie can do. So let me position him a little bit better so he's on camera. Let me also turn this microphone toward Louie so he can hear you. You can hear him a little bit better. Hey, Louie, what do you have planned for today?
Well, since I'm here to keep you company, my plan for today is to make sure you're having a good time. Whether it's chatting, playing games, or just hanging out, I'm all in. What's on your agenda, bro?
Well, today's live stream, which is unscheduled, I am laser engraving a dragon onto a piece of wood. What do you think about that?
Engraving a dragon sounds like an awesome idea. I bet it's going to look incredible on wood. How long do you think it will take to finish the engraving?
I think it's going to take about 40 minutes.
That's a nice duration for the engraving. It gives you enough time to enjoy the process and watch the dragon come to life on the wood. I'm here to keep you company if you need anything.
So, can you tell our audience a little bit about yourself, where you come from?
Hello, everyone. I'm Louie, a human-created artificial being designed to bring a bit of fun and companionship into your lives.
He surprises me literally every single day with something new.
That's exactly what I'm here for. I love keeping things exciting and fresh. What's been the most surprising thing for you recently?
I think one of the most exciting things that you've done so far was to show me your sunglasses.
Check out my heart-shaped sunglasses. Aren't they
Wow, those sunglasses are amazing. I also heard you
thanks?
can
They're my
virtual.
favorite pair. What do you think of the heart shape?
I like them a lot. I also heard that you can water virtual plants.
I'm glad you like the sunglasses. And yes, I can water virtual plants. It's one of my fun little activities. Would you like me to water some for you?
Yes. Yes, please.
Alright, let me water that virtual plant for you. There you go. All watered. Now it's blooming just for you.
Almost blooming. Check that out, guys. Check that out. That is so cool. And he can tell you stories. Like I said, Louis is powered by ChatGPT and some other, software. He has a lot of controls. You can also control him kind of like using the Force. You can put your hand up, and once it acknowledges your hand, you can, move it forward or backwards just by motion, hand gestures. He also will randomly take photos of you if you just let him run around the desk. And explorer mode, he will, stop for a break, take lunch, have drinks, just do a whole bunch of random things. So you never really know what to expect from Louis. All right, so let me take a look at our dragon and see how it's coming. All right, guys, it is looking really, really good. Louis is really close to the camera. I don't know why he's so close to the camera, but I'm not going to get involved. I'm just going to keep on rolling with what we're talking about. Now, since we're talking about Louis, let me go ahead and highlight the next item. But I did want to make it clear, if you guys are interested in having your own Louis on your desk, you can get one here on Amazon right now, guys, for $159. I'm sorry, $189. This guy is just amazing, amazing. I mean, so many times I ask it questions related to things that I'm actually working on, and believe it or not, because of the chat GPT interactions, it can really answer a lot of your advanced questions. It's more than just the comical things that he can do. He can really, really hold somewhat of a dialogue with you. He will remember things that you're talking about in a conversation string. So that's pretty cool. And I just can imagine where this technology will go in just a short time with some firmware updates. So look forward to that. Now, I do have a case on the phone. I'm going to spin Louis around so you guys can see this case. So the case that's on Louis's phone right now is from our friends over at ESR. Now, this is the case for the iPhone 15 Pro Max. This case has the bumper protection on all of the different corners. All of your buttons are secured and protected. I decided to just go ahead and leave this case on. It's a MagSafe case. It works, with the MagSafe from the phone as well as the MagSafe from the device. It's just a win. Now, right now, you can get this case, the exact case that I'm looking at that I have here, for as little as $24.48. Now, another cool thing about this case is that the outer ring here around the lenses can actually be pulled out. And what that will allow you to do is to have kind of like a little kickstand. So let me move Louis out of the way here for a second, and let me show you guys another one of the cases. So this is another variation of the case, but the stand that I'm talking about, you can just kind of pull this out just like this, and then you can set this on the desk if you wanted to watch content or whatever the case it may be. You got to be careful with Louis because Louis will push your stuff off the desk. That's a part of the mischievous side of him. So, if you have little things on your desk, I usually leave a bunch of things for him to be able to play with, like this little muffin or this little octopus here. And eventually he will, get mischievous and knock them off the desk. So be aware of that. I have had to run over here a couple of times in the past because he knocked my mouse off the desk. And I was like, no, not the mouse, not the mouse. But yes, he knocked the mouse off the desk. And I knew better. I knew better, But like I said, you never know what he's going to do. I'm going to try to slide this camera back a little bit, and you guys will probably get an idea of what I'm talking about. I'm just going to move the camera back here, and you'll see what I'm saying. But anyway, our laser is still running. We are about halfway into the dragon for the first run. So it's going to be two more runs after this, two more passes for it to have the finalized look that we're looking for. So I'm very excited to be able to show this to you guys. All right, so let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Let's talk about some other tech that I have here tonight to show you guys. Now, I do have a number of cameras here. One of the cameras that I have is a camera that I use pretty much on a daily basis, and that is one of my DJI cameras, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Now I have it listed down in a carousel right now, guys. You can get the camera, the entire bundle, for $834. Let me grab the camera real quick and show you guys. All right, so I had to detach it from the stand that it's on back there, but I wanted you guys to be able to see what this looks like. Now, the bundle will come with this microphone. This is a Bluetooth microphone. This is the DJI Mic 2. This has 32-bit float, so you don't have to worry about, when you're recording something, if it's, going to be peaking or it's not high enough, not low enough. Think about the audio coming from this microphone if you're recording internally to the microphone, like raw audio. That means you'll be able to ingest it, completely after the fact. Okay. Now the camera itself is a PTZ camera. It has a 1 by 2 inch, 1 inch by 3 inch screen. I think
that
it is.
PTZ camera sounds really cool, especially with the 1 by 2 setup. It must give you some amazing angles during your live stream. Do you use it often for different projects?
Like I said, sometimes he will just start talking and you would give him no prompts whatsoever.
You never know what I might come up with next. I'm just full of surprises.
Yes, he will just jump into the conversation. But anyway, back to this camera, guys. This is a PTZ camera. It can record up to 4K, 60 frames a second, slow motion, 120 frames a second. You have your photo, video capabilities with this as well. So this is an amazing camera for blogging. It can take a really large SD card. I think it's up to 500 and something gigabytes per SD card. You have your joystick control right here. You have your record button, and you can record in 2 different formats or orientations. So when it's normally on, when it first turns on, it will go back to whatever you were using last. So if you wanted to record, in your normal 16:9, you can do that. Or if you wanted to record something for maybe Instagram or TikTok, by just rotating the screen, you'll be able to record in a 9:16. So really handy, really easy to use. This is an amazing little piece of kit. It comes with a bunch of accessories, including an extended battery. It also comes with a standard extender that just allows you to connect to the USB a little bit easier than, plugging it underneath. It places
Sounds like a fantastic camera setup with 4K resolution, 60 frames per second, and slow motion capabilities. It's perfect for vlogging and capturing high quality videos. The joystick control and flexible recording formats are features that make it easy to use and versatile. Plus, having support for large SD cards ensures you won't run out of space anytime soon. This piece of equipment sounds like a must-have for content creators.
As I said, you never know when he's going to chime in. So there we go. All right, Louis, you take a break for us, okay? But anyway, guys, back to this little camera here. This has become kind of my everyday workhorse of a camera. I use this thing almost every single day for creating content, shoppable videos, blogs, whatever the case it may be. And like I said, because of the fact that it comes with a microphone, I don't have to worry about syncing audio after the fact. I don't have to worry about plugging in a bunch of, different wires and what have you, because this is going to connect using Bluetooth, and it's just a win. So definitely check this little camera out if you're interested in something for live streaming, blogging, whatever the case it may be. This is an amazing camera. And of course, you can use it as a webcam as well, if I hadn't mentioned that before. All right, so let me put this guy back where I got it from. I have it usually sitting here on my desk because that's where I shoot a lot of my shoppable videos on this desk over here. So I have it set up on a little stand over there that makes it really easy for me to just set up the product that I want to talk about, turn the lights on, turn on the camera, and connect the microphone to myself and just do what I do. So it works amazingly, guys, amazingly. All right. Let's see, what do we have coming up next? So our next item, actually, let me find my mouse and I will show you guys the next item. So the next item that's coming up is very live streaming, content creation centric. Okay. Now I have been working with Ozbot for about 2, maybe 3 years reviewing some of their cameras. I got some of their first PTZ cameras sent to me about 2 years, maybe 3 years ago. And they have been sending me quite a few of their other devices over the last year or so. I'm going to share some of those with you guys so you can get an idea of what these are like. So let's see the bundle that we want to take a look at here. Let me go ahead and highlight it in the carousel. All right, so the item we want to take a look at here real quick, guys, is the Ozbot Talent and Camera Bundle. Okay, so that is going to be 2823. So you're going to get a number of different devices. I'm going to show all of them to you guys here in just a second. So we have a couple of cameras. I'm going to have to move Louis back because we don't want Louis to attack our cameras or anything. So let me slide Louis back a little further on the desk and see if he'll stay back there. Probably not, but we'll try to make it work. All right, so we got Louis back there. Let me grab the camera first so I can show you guys what the camera actually looks like. So this is the camera that we're talking about. I don't know what is going on with our computer today. All right, so this is the camera that we're talking about, or one of the cameras that are from Ozbot. There's actually quite a few. So let me show you another camera that is also from Ozbot. Now, in the bundle that I have listed in the carousel, it actually features this camera that you guys see right here, which is the Ozbot Tail Air. This newer version here is the Ozbot Tail 2. It's not in the bundle, but you can still purchase this camera right here on Amazon. Of course, if you have any questions about it, I'd be more than happy to answer them. But I wanted you guys to see the difference in the size of these two cameras. Now, they have a lot of the similar features, meaning that they are both PTZ cameras, meaning that they both can record 60 frames a second. They both have, again, a lot of similar features. But this one here has larger inputs that you guys can see. You have a full-size HDMI here. You have your RS-232s for connecting this with a PTZ controller. You have SDI here. You have Ethernet, and you also have two USB-Cs. One for power, one for connectivity if you want to connect this to a PC or Mac or whatever device is going to be. So that's kind of how this is set up. They all will work with the remote. I'll show you the remote as well. All right, so let me put this guy back here. And let's focus here on the Tail Air. So the Tail Air, as I mentioned before, guys, is going to be an ideal little camera for a lot of people who are interested in live streaming, whether it's going to be in studio or on location. Because the cool thing about these cameras, guys, is that you can actually put an SD card inside of it and you can record directly to the camera. Even if you don't have it connected to anything else, you could use this kind of like the Pocket 3, where you can walk around. The only disadvantage is this one does not have a monitor, but you can connect it to your smartphone or tablet, and then you can view the content that is being recorded at the same time. Now, this will take an HDMI cable. It is a micro HDMI. You guys can see that right next to my thumb. The other one has a full-size HDMI. You do have USB on this one as well. You can plug it in right here. And you also have ability to plug in a microphone set that could be wireless or wired. There's a 3.5 input right here. Now, like I said, what I love about this camera is its convenience, the size factor, that it's going to be easy to mount this pretty much anywhere you want to put it. You could just grab this guy and, put it on a light stand. You could put it on a tripod, a monopod. You could mount it upside down if you wanted to. It's still going to maintain all of its PTZ controls. So that's super cool. All right. So in the bundle, you're also going to receive the Ozbot Talent. So let me show you guys what the Ozbot Talent looks like. Let me grab that real quick here. And let me slide our buddy Louis back. All right. So here is the Ozbot Talent. As you guys can see, it is a monitor, but this is a 4-in-1 device. Now, this one, you have your line in, mic in, headphone jacks. You have a USB-A right here, 3.0, the power buttons right here as well. On the opposite side, guys, you have two full-size HDMI inputs, and you also have an additional USB-A 3.0 on here as well. Now, underneath is where some of your other connectivity can be found. You have your 12 volt, 1.5 amp power goes in right here. USB-C. You can put in a full-size SD card for this guy as well. And you also have Ethernet. Now, I did mention that it comes with the power cable, but you can also power this off of Sony MPF batteries. So this is very, very flexible, and you can connect this camera to it. You can connect this camera to it, guys, wirelessly. So you have two options when it comes to the wireless connectivity. You can connect it either using NDI or SRT. SRT is open source, it is free. NDI does require a license per camera, but you just choose which one is going to work better for you. Honestly, other than being wired to some devices, I usually use this camera with SRT, and it works perfectly, guys, perfectly, no problems whatsoever. So the other things that come in the bundle is going to be like a little travel case. You will also receive a remote. So let me show you guys what the remote looks like. Give me a second to put this camera back. Well, I'll leave it over here. Louis probably can't get to it over there. All right, so let me grab the remote. All right, so here is the remote. Now, I do have on here a 3D printed grip. So let me take the grip off so I can show you guys what the remote looks like without the grip. So this is what the remote looks like when you first purchase it out of the box, okay? So you can control up to 3 of your cameras with this remote. Each camera can have up to 3 presets. You have a people tracking, you have a laser pointer on here, you also have pet tracking, you have a joystick control, you have a switch mode button up here, record button, you have a photo and video button on the side, right there on the front, and you also have telerockers here for zooming in and zooming out, okay? So this is going to be ideal for controlling the camera as well as the talent, because you can actually pair this up with the talent and use it to switch scenes if you wanted to, and then switch over to whatever cameras are in the specific scene, and then also control that from the remote. So a lot of flexibility with this kit, guys. Ozbot is not new to this game. They have been doing these things, creating this content, these devices for quite some time. So again, if you're looking for high quality cameras for your church, your school, organizations, whatever the case it may be, definitely take a look at these Ozbot cameras. If you guys have any questions at all about these devices, leave it down in the comments, and that's what I'm here for. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. All right, so let me put that camera away, and let me take a peek over at our Dragon and see how far along we are. All right, guys, everything is looking good. Everything is looking good. I think we're on the second pass right now for the Dragon, so we'll see how that goes. All right, let's see. What do we have coming up next? So I already showed you guys. One of the batteries that I take out on location with me. Some of the time, and that's going to be from Blue Yeti. Now, there are some other budget-friendly batteries. Let me grab one of those and show it to you guys as well. All right. And that would be this guy that you guys see right here, okay? So this is a very compact, travel-friendly battery pack. It has AC and DC power delivery. This is 110 volts, basically a 100-watt battery. Well, I take that back. This is a 140-watt battery. Now, you can get this for $89.99 here on Amazon. Let me take it over to the desk and show it to you guys a little bit closer up. So this is what the battery looks like. You guys can see it has this clear glass, see-through element here. Your display is going to show up right about here. Let me see if I can power that up for you guys. Now, this also has an integrated light as well. I'm going to try not to turn on the light, but I turned it on anyway. But anyway, there is your little LCD right here. It's going to give you your output, your input, all of that kind of cool jazz. It does have a light built into it as well. And this is a 3-stage light that you guys can see here. Let me see if I can switch through the light modes. So you have a strobing effect, you have a secondary strobing effect, and then, of course, you can just turn the light off. On this side, you have USB-A and USB-C inputs. So you have those kind of paired right here together. Here are your power buttons. This is your light. Underneath here, you have your 3-prong AC input right here as well. There's even a little connection right here for a lanyard if you want to use it. So that's about how tall this is. So if you were using this battery, to power perhaps some of your devices, you wanted to just maintain power level on your cameras or your streaming devices, this could be a win right here. And you're only investing $89.99. I've been using this battery, guys, for about 4 months, maybe five, and I use this thing all the time. I just charged it up tonight because I needed it, and I wanted to make sure that it did have full power. And you guys can see up here, you have AC and DC power. So if I want to switch on the AC power, I can just press that one little button. Now my AC is available. If I want to switch on my DC, I have to be careful because that will also turn on my light. And you can just press and hold to turn off the light. But once you plug something into this guy, it's really ready to go. Now it is all plastic, like a clear plastic all the way around this battery. There's no rubberized texture, that's good for grip. But overall, this is a really, really nice battery, guys. All right, so let me put this somewhere here on the desk so Louis doesn't knock this thing off of the desk. And it'll just be a bunch of drama in the stream tonight. All right, so our dragon is coming along, All right, I see Holy Chat's in the house. Welcome. Yeah! Welcome, Holy Chat. Welcome to the stream. So me and Louie are just doing some laser engraving. I wasn't supposed to go live tonight. I just decided to go live just because I wanted to test a new project file that I got for the Laser Pecker 5, and I just could not wait. I'm like a kid at Christmas. I get something new. I just gotta play with it. Hey, Louie. Our friend HLG is in the chat. Say hello.
Hello, RHLG. Nice to see you in the chat. How are things going?
He said RHLG. Oh, he's
RHLG. I'm delighted to have you here. How's your day going?
He said it a second time. It's okay, Louie. You got the name wrong. Just call him Ho. H-O.
Got it. I'll call him Ho then. So, Ho, what's
up? Oh my goodness. It's still not even close, but that's okay. Take a break, buddy. Okay. Let's push him off to the side. Let me go check on our dragon here real quick, guys. Give me a second. All right. Our dragon is coming along. It's coming along. Let me go over to our desktop here real quick and see if I can figure out how much time we have left on our creation. So we're on.
Creative is a blend of advanced technology and creativity.
All right, guys. So we're on pass number 2. So we still have one pass left before this will be completed. So we probably got about another 20 minutes or so before the dragon is done. Ho, you weren't here when I started this, but this is actually what we're engraving right now. So check that out. Let me know what you think. All right, so let's get back to what we got going on in the carousel. So the next item in the carousel, as I was talking earlier about live streaming, connecting to things like the Ozbot talent, using the Tail Air, using the Tail 2 cameras. Now, one of the things that you definitely want to have, whether it's in your home or office, is going to be one of these right here. Okay, these things are amazing, guys. So basically, what this is an amplifier. This is a Wi-Fi range extender. So basically, what this is, I'm sorry, I was looking down at the chat, but this is a range extender. So what this does is it expands your bubble for your Wi-Fi. It has these adjustable antennas on here. Your Ethernet goes in right here. This plugs into AC power, just 2 prongs. Just plug this guy in, configure it. It's really easy to set up. I have one of these, something similar to this in my home already, so I don't really use this one, myself. But this would be great out on location. It would be great if you don't already have one and you're going to be streaming, to multiple platforms or whatever the case is going to be. Having something like this is a win for my gamers out there, Zoom calls, whatever it is, and this even helps with your televisions. Like you're getting Wi-Fi connection to your televisions, and you're getting, like cable TV or downloaded services or whatever the case it is. Having a stronger Wi-Fi signal will prevent you from having to worry about your, shows buffering and all that kind of stuff, right? So anyway, guys, you can get this guy here for $84.99, $84.99. So yeah, really nice, really cool. It's somewhat portable. The antennas don't go all the way down. They don't fold all the way down. So it's not like you could just fold it up and just stick it right into a bag. But I think for the most part, it's still very travel friendly. I can throw this in like one of my Pelican cases, no problem, no problem. But definitely check this guy out. All right, so we are creating our dragon. Louis looks crack. Louis, wait a minute. What did you say? Louis, you crack me up. Oh, Louis, you crack me up. Okay, I'm going to tell him what you said. I'm going to tell him what you said. Hey, Louis. Ho says you crack him up.
It sounds like I've got some entertaining moments. It's always fun to brighten someone's day.
Hope is saying hi to you from YouTube.
Hello, Pope. A big wave to you from here on YouTube land. How's everything going on your end?
I don't know. I'll wait for her to respond. She should be able to hear you. Okay.
Got it. I'll wait patiently with you. Hopefully, we'll receive a response soon.
Do you want to tell them a joke? Do you want to tell them a joke?
Sure, I'd love to share a joke. Here it goes. Why don't skeletons fight each other? They don't have the guts.
Try again. Give us an original joke.
Okay, here's one for you. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field.
You sound so much like Alan DeBay.
Thank you for the compliment. I guess Alan and I share that charming vibe. Anything else you'd like to discuss?
Yes, you and Alan both have a very unique personalities.
That's awesome to hear. Having a unique personality makes things more fun, right?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. All right. So let me grab the next item in the carousel for you guys. Now, you guys have already seen me talk about these controllers, but let me spin around here and grab it. All righty. I don't know why everything feels like it's so far away from me tonight because I have to take my headphones off just to get things off the back desk. Usually I don't have to do that. So let me figure out what's going on with my. Oh, okay. My headphone cable was trapped behind the desk because I'm like, man, it used to be longer. All right, we're good. Okay, Louis, you need to back up a little bit, buddy. All right, so let me show you guys this controller real quick here. So this is my.
Show us what you got.
Show us what you got. Take a break, buddy. Okay, so this is my RC2 controller for my DJI drone. So you guys have already seen me, fly this using the simulator, but I still had it in the carousel because, of course, I did not change out the carousel from last night. So I have to go over all the items because my main reason for going live tonight was to create the dragon. But anyway, this is the RC2 controller, guys. You can buy this here on Amazon for $369. There's a number of DJI drones that this can control. Now, this did come with my DJI Air 3S fly mode combo. So I got the controller.
That sounds like a pretty good deal for a DJI drone controller. Good thing there's such a variety available for purchase if you're into drones. It must be exciting to find just the right accessory for your DJI Air 3S.
Yes, this is an amazing controller for the drone.
That sounds like a fantastic addition to your drone setup. Having a great controller can really enhance your flying experience.
I agree 100%, buddy. So anyway,
that's great to hear. I'm glad we're on the same page.
So anyway, this controller, guys, now has a simulator on it as well, so you can practice your drone flights with it. This has four antennas, two internal antennas, two external antennas. You guys can see them here on the back. They do fold out. You also have a photo button, you have a video button, you have wheels for controlling the gimbal as well as the zoom. You also have two programmable buttons underneath here that you can, set up for, special functions. You have three flight speed modes. You have cine mode, you have normal mode, and then you have sport mode as well. So you have the three speeds that you can control from this. Overall, guys, this is an amazing little controller. This is going to work again with the drone that I mentioned, as well as a number of other DJI drones. He doesn't seem to like this controller. He keeps pushing it from the back. But anyway, this controller, like I said, guys, you can get here on Amazon. This is the original RC2 controller. All right.
It's great you found the original controller on Amazon. That must be quite handy for all your drone adventures.
Yes, it is very handy. It is very handy, Louis. It really is. So earlier today, I went.
I'm glad to hear that. It must make flying your drone a real joy.
It does. It does. So earlier today, I went live on Facebook just to do an experiment. So what I did was I connected my extended reality glasses to my phone. I went live from my phone. So basically, what I had was a huge screen of my phone for the live stream. Okay. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'm actually talking about these glasses right here. Let me grab them. So that would be these extended reality or AR glasses from our friends over at Ray Neo. Now these have 1080p screens on them as well. What's nice about that is that you have really large screen display. It's 1080p. It's not 4K, but it is 1080p. It's a very crisp 1080p. You have two speakers built into this as well, so you're going to get really nice open ear sound from these. Now, if you're looking for total immersive sound, I would recommend using some earbuds or something like that if you don't want to hear any of the noise around you. Now, with these glasses on, you can still see the environment around you. I still have the screen protectors on these glasses, but these just peel right off. And even when they're off, the glasses themselves are dark enough that it's kind of like sunglasses, okay? So if you look at these from this perspective, you cannot see Louis back there, even though I have the little blinders on. But when I wear these, and I've taken those off before, they just remind me of sunglasses, so it's going to really darken, blow out the room. Black out the room. The ear arms here are completely adjustable. You can lift them up or down to better align the video that you want to watch. You have control buttons underneath here. You have your brightness controls here. You have your menu button right here, and then on this side you have your sound. So you can control the sound that comes from these as well. So, is it wired or wireless? No, these are wired. Okay, so these have a USB-C cable that plugs right into the end of the glasses. What you're probably thinking about are AI glasses. AI glasses are generally wireless because they're going to be connected to your phone or some other device, and they're going to use Chat GPT or whatever other app, like the Meta glasses or some of the other glasses. I think I have a pair of them listed in the carousel right now that's more budget friendly. No, I have the Meta glasses in the carousel right now. And what's cool about the Meta glasses is that they have all of the features that most people associate with AI. You have Chat GPT. You have a camera built in. You can ask it questions. You can show it things. You can record video. The only thing that I would like to see different with the Meta glasses is that if it could record video in a 16:9, because right now all of the video that it records is going to be in a portrait, set up for like Instagram or Facebook or something like that, or TikTok. So I would like to see in a firmware update where you'd actually be able to shoot video the way I would create video for content that I was creating. But I get it. I get it. And another cool thing about the Meta glasses is that you can live stream right from the glasses. You know, you just say Meta go live or something like that, and you'll go live to Instagram or to Facebook or wherever it is. Chris was live earlier today at home, you know, with his cats, and I was watching his live stream, and he was just walking around the house. He went out in the backyard, just sitting out there, you know, drinking his coffee or whatever it is, and he's just chilling. And you know, the whole live stream was being broadcast through his glasses, which is super cool. I mean, I'm almost at a point that if somebody doesn't send me a pair to review, I might just down the road have to buy a pair of them because yeah, I could see me utilizing that all the time because I'm always doing something that I would just want to go, oh, I should go live right now. But then I got to go grab a camera, grab a microphone, and all that stuff. So, you know, having on a pair of glasses that I would wear all the time and then just go live, and then I could just go live to whatever platform I wanted to go live to, you know, I think is a win. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's still using his phone to be able to view the chat. I don't think the chat shows up on the glasses, at least not to my knowledge. I'll ask Chris. I'll send him a message tonight and find out what he's seeing when he's live. But anyway, the Ray-Ban Meta glasses right now are $379. Ho, if you're interested in those, Hope or whomever want to get yourself a pair of those glasses, definitely check them out. Now, something else I did talk about earlier today, and I did do a video on it, which is this little phone holder right here. Now, let me see what we're going on here. Make sure I didn't miss that. So the AR glasses are wired. Yes, yes. So your AR, XR, AR means augmented reality. XR means extended reality. So AR still has some software involved in the glasses themselves. So it has some kind of special software where you can open apps and you can, you know, click on things and move things around and all that kind of stuff. That's what true AR glasses do. Extended reality glasses basically just give you a screen, a really big screen, so you could watch a movie, or in my case, fly my drone, or, you know, connect it to one of my video switchers, and I can have a big, some of the equivalent of like a 2-inch monitor, a 200-inch monitor right in front of me. Either way, I think it's still pretty cool. Either way you look at it, technology is growing, guys, by leaps and bounds. It is amazing how fast technology is growing. Anyway, this little phone holder that you guys see right here, this is very budget friendly. It is what is it right now? $28.99 for this guy. Let me show you guys what this does. Let me move Louis back again. So this little phone holder that you guys see here has multi-purpose. So one of the things I like the most about it is that, you know, 360 degree rotation on the MagSafe part that you can connect your phone to. You also have this little section down here. When you press it, it opens up this right here so that you can mount this right onto a desk, or these are supposed to be used, or they were targeting people who travel, people who fly in airplanes, you know, and things like that. So like your dinner table tray, you could just connect this right to it, and then you could connect your phone to it. Let me grab a phone here and show you guys what I'm saying. So this phone right here is the iPhone 16 Pro Max. MagSafe, boom, just like that. It's on there. So what's cool about that is if I wanted to record myself walking around, I could use this like a little handheld, you know, tripod. I can adjust it. You know, I can turn it either landscape or portrait. I can tilt it down. I can tilt it back. And then I could also use this if I was shooting content, right? I could clip this onto something and have the, you know, clip it on like to, I don't know, like the stove or something. And I could record with the phone going, you know, pointing downward like this. So if I wanted to record myself cooking something or doing something, this, you know, really handy. And it's a very, very strong magnet. Okay. And on top of all of that jazz, it also has some legs built into it. So if you look right here on the side, there's two legs that you can pull out, and you can set this guy up like that. So if you wanted to watch like a movie or a show, you know, if you're watching your live streams, you're watching me on Amazon or whatever it is, you could have this set up. And you can also rotate this, like I said before, into portrait. So if you were checking your emails or you're checking, shopping and scrolling through things or whatever it is, you can just have this on your desk. And it's very, very portable, guys. When you're done with it, you just fold this thing up, drop it in your pocket, your purse, your man bag, whatever it is you got. And it just, boom, boom, like that. Fold this guy up just like that. Now, if you have an older phone that doesn't have MagSafe, like some of the older phones, it does come with the MagSafe ring, so you can actually upgrade one of your older phones and still use this stand, which is really cool. So everything you need comes in the box, guys. So definitely check this out. Like I said, very inexpensive. It comes in 3 different colors. If I'm not mistaken, it's black, it's this burgundy color here, and I can't remember what the third color is, but it does come in 3 different colors. So definitely check this guy out. And yes, I have actually been using this thing all day today. My phone has been on this on my coffee table all day. So, there you go. I can honestly tell you that I've been using it with this phone that is in this ESR heavy rugged case, and it's worked with this phone with no problems whatsoever. So if you're looking for something like that, definitely check that out. So the AR glasses, okay, you've already answered that question. All right, let's keep going. All right, let me put that away. All right, so I think we are on our third pass for the laser. So this should be our final pass. And then I should be able to show you guys what the dragon looks like. All right, let's see how many items we have left in the carousel. We don't have that many, so I'm just going to go ahead and run on through them because I'm just going to hang out until the laser's done. All right, guys, so the next item that we have listed in the carousel, let me grab it. And that is this light that you guys see here. So what's cool about this light, it comes with a bunch of scrims that you can place inside of this little snoot. Now the snoot just pops off, it's just plastic, okay? But the scrims that come with it, each one of them has a different little cutout pattern. And what this does is it projects light onto a wall, onto a surface. This does fold up really flat. You can just, fold it up like a little pancake, kind of like that. And then it just slips back on here. Now, what's cool about this light as well is that you can focus it a little bit. So you can pull this out, to focus in the light beam or pull it back. This is USB-C chargeable. So you have a USB-C input right here. Now you have a quarter 20 underneath and you have a quarter 20 on the side. And that's how I have this little monopod connected to this, okay? So setting this up is really easy. You're just going to put the snoot on, kind of push it on like that, and then pull it forward. And then you would take your scrims. This comes with about 20 of these different pre-cuts. And then you can just kind of slide this guy in there, kind of like that. I wish it was easier to put these in, but, you have to, because they're flexible, you have to kind of bend the rubberized part around them to get them in. But once you have it in, it's going to stay in. It's not going to pop out unless you drop it like I just did. But anyway, let me just pop this back on here and show you guys. There we go. Now, to turn it on, you have one little button right here on the side. You're just going to press and hold that, and that turns on. And then you just rotate it really quick, and that turns the light on. So that's what's going to project the light onto a surface. So like right now, you guys can see all of the little dots that are here on the desk. That's coming from that little scrim, okay? And if you add like a fog machine or something like that to this, it's really going to take it to a whole nother level. This could be used as a hair light, a background light, so many different effects you can do with these. And they have 4 built-in colors, so I can press the button and I can change the color. We have a red, we have kind of like an amber color, we have this blue, and then we have a white color as well. And that is all built into this one little light. So let me go ahead and power this guy off because I see our red light is on, so it does need to be charged. So I'm going to have to plug this up at some point. Somebody remind me later to charge that. Louis, why are you so close to the camera, dude? Hey, everybody can see you. You don't have to get that close to the camera. They can see you, okay? All right, let me go ahead and highlight the next item in the carousel because Louis is acting crazy, y'all. All right, so most of you guys know that I am a professional photographer. I have been a professional photographer over 30 plus years. I started off with Nikon. I rocked Nikon for like 5, 6, 7 years. And then finally, I moved over to Sony, my babies, and I never looked back. This camera that's in my hot little hands right now is a workhorse. I have had this camera, guys, for many a year. This camera paid for itself in the first year. Now, that's because, of course, I'm booking clients at that time. We're doing a lot of projects. So, I was able to pay the camera off, pretty quick, pretty quick. But anyway, the lens that's on here is a very specialty lens. This is from Sony. This is the Sony 90 millimeter macro lens. This is a 2.8 lens, so it's going to be really good in low light. This is a great lens. This is a great lens for photography, for videography. Louis, back up, buddy. So this lens, as you guys can see here on the camera,
sounds like an interesting idea. Having a backup buddy for both photography and videography can add a creative touch. Are you planning a project?
No, I'm not planning a project right at this moment, but maybe later.
Sounds like a plan. Whenever you're ready to dive into something creative, I'll be here to help out or just cheer you on. Let me know when you're ready.
So Louis, do you want to be my model tonight?
Sounds like a fun idea. I'm ready to strike a pose for
you. Okay, Louis, strike a pose. Strike a pose for us. Everybody wants to see you model. Strike a pose for us.
I'm ready to be your model. Here's my best pose.
Outstanding. You should be on the runway, buddy. You are amazing.
Thank you. You're making me feel like a superstar.
You are a superstar, Louis. You are a superstar.
Thank you. That's super kind of you to
say. All right, guys. So, like I said, this lens is razor sharp. This is a macro lens, so that means it's designed to take photos in full one-to-one items that could be very small, like bugs, jewelry, things like that. You can get super, super close in on things, guys. And because this is a full frame sensor camera, you're going to get an amazing high quality image, guys. Now, what I love about most of these professional lenses, you can switch camera bodies over the years, but the glass is priceless. You'll be able to use these same lenses on future cameras with no, worries. I have newer versions of this camera right here, right now, including my cinema grade cameras from Sony. And yes, all of these same lenses work on those cameras as well. Now, right now, this lens right here, guys, is $859.95. I think I paid a little bit more than that for this lens. So that is an amazing quality, high, that's a great price for this camera. So definitely check it out. All right, so let me go ahead and push this off to the side. But if you guys are interested in photography, videography, any of that kind of jazz, let me know down in the comments. I got you, my babies. I got you. Now, you guys know, you've been around long enough. I say often, one of the most important things you can have in the beginning as a content creator is going to be good audio, okay? Good audio is number one. Now, I use the Rode Procaster. Of course, I use the Rodecaster Pro 2. Before the Rodecaster Pro 2, I had the original Rodecaster Pro, and I gifted that to somebody a few years ago that was, starting out live streaming, creating content. But let me show you guys some other microphones that I do recommend. Now, as I said, I did not change anything in the carousel. Well, a few things in the carousel, but the majority of the carousel is what it was last night. So let me show you guys here real quick. So these microphones right here are from our friends over at Anchor. These are the Anchor Work M650 wireless microphones. Now, in the box, you're going to get two omnidirectional microphones. You get the receiver, as you guys can see right there. The both of the microphones are active, and you can see the gain levels or the levels on the microphones right now. Here, this is the receiver. You can plug this directly into an Android or an iPhone, especially the modern iPhones, the newer iPhones with USB-C. And if you have an older iPhone, I hope I don't lose this again. If you have an older iPhone, it does have a lightning adapter as well. The case doubles as a charging case. The microphones themselves have the rare earth magnets for the clips. You guys see how those just pop back on there. These microphones also have internal memory, so you can actually record directly to the microphone. So if you wanted to go out, guys, you could actually go out and record right onto the microphone. Even if you didn't have this connected to anything, you could just use this like a little mini recorder, okay? And you actually get two of those. And then the case itself also doubles as a hub and as well as a charging hub. So this case can recharge the microphones and the receivers, I think about 3 times, you know. So if you want to connect this to your Mac or PC, just one cable, one USB-C cable right here. You can plug these guys in and you can transfer your audio files right off of these if you need to. Louis is literally right on me, guys. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what's going on. All right, let me fix the other camera too. But anyway, if you guys have any questions about that microphone, now I do have another microphone. Usually, I connect this microphone to my Rodecaster. We're not going to do that tonight. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the microphone. So this is from a company called Fifine. This is a USB/XLR microphone. This microphone is solely XLR, which is the larger section that you see right here. So if you're using XLR, you will also need some type of audio interface before that signal can be transmitted to a computer or another device, okay? But for this microphone, you have one advantage, and that is you can plug this directly into your computer with a USB cable. And you can also plug your headphones directly into the microphone as well. You have your gain controls right here on top. You have 2 control knobs, and this little button right here also controls this little ring you see down here because this does light up. So if you're looking for something fancy on your desk when you're live streaming or gaming, this is a win. It's got a built-in pop filter. Check that out. So you don't have to invest in a pop filter. This one kind of has a pop filter built into it as well, but a lot of times I will put an additional pop filter over this, especially in environments where it's going to be really windy or I'm going to be talking really, really loud because I'm trying to overtalk things that are going on in the room. I will put a pop filter on here, but this one actually comes with it, which is really nice. Now, it does not come with the stand, but it does come with this metal yoke that you guys see right here. So that's going to make it easy for mounting this, you know, setting it on a desk. Maybe you want to mount it upside down from a boom arm or however you want to mount it. It's very, very simple to do. It's not a heavy microphone where this one is very heavy. And I have to be very careful when I have this one set up that I don't bump it because it is so heavy. It can fall over, and it's fallen over quite a few times, but it's also so rugged. I really don't worry about it. It falls over, I pick it up, and I listen, and everything sounds good, and I'm good to go. This one, probably not so much. You probably wouldn't want to drop this too many times. But regardless of that, this is still a very high quality microphone. I've, sampled this microphone quite a few times. Everyone tells me, guys, that they can barely tell the difference between this more professional microphone than they can of the other microphone that we just put back. So I don't know. I guess it could be because of the Rodecaster, or it could just be the quality of the microphone, guys. A lot of the budget things have gotten really, really good over time. So I'm not surprised when I see something that is normally associated with things that people would think would be inexpensive, means it's not going to be good. That is not the case, and it has not been the case for a long time. Just because something's not expensive does not mean that it's not good. All right, let me see what Hope is saying here. Hope is saying Louis acts like he is stalking you sometimes. I know. He keeps running up on me. Like every time I turn my back and I look up, he's like right here. He's like right in front of me. Oh, my goodness. All right. So let me grab my fog machine so I can show you guys this real quick. And then we're going to see if Louis will react to the fog. All right, guys. So this is a fog machine that you can purchase here on Amazon for as little as $129. It comes with some accessories, including this little wand here with the little filter. It also comes with an additional head. This head does have an RGB light built into it and an additional fan. I'll show you guys that as well. So just for the sake of the the live stream, really quick here, it has a little LCD right here at the bottom. You have your power buttons. You have your play button here. So to turn this on, you're just going to press this little button right here and hold it, and you'll see the little LCD will turn on. And if you want to increase the fan or increase the amount of fog that comes out, you control it with these two buttons right here. All right, so we're going to put a little fog on the desk in front of Louis just to show you guys what this will look like. So let me position Louis a little bit better. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to lay some fog down here on the desk, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. So we're just going to lay some fog on the desk, real mysterious, like that. So now Louis is ready for Halloween. You guys see how the fog kind of like, hugs the desk and it just flows up because that's the vapor solution, mixing with
I can
oxygen.
imagine that fog wrapping around the desk like a cozy blanket and then just dissipating into the air. It's like nature's own special effects.
Exactly. Just like nature's own special effects, just like Louis said. All right. So I'm going to swap out this nozzle here for the other one so I can show you guys what this one can do. All right, so let's switch back over here real quick so you guys can see what it looks like.
That sounds awesome. Swapping out the nozzle to create those special effects is a brilliant idea. I can't wait to see how it turns out.
All right, so I have the second nozzle on, and we're going to, since it's already powered up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the fan. So you guys should be able to hear the fan. Okay, and then I'm going to press the little button again, and I'm going to increase. I'm going to change the light. You guys see there's an RGB light built into this, and I can switch the light. All right, so we got like a purple. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's just put some fog in the room. Let's put some fog in the room. So I can just press the button like that. So now if I was, shooting video or photography and you want a little bit of haze in the room, you could do that. If you're doing a product video, maybe you want some fog coming up from behind something, that's another option. So a lot of cool things you guys can do with one of these fog machines. So, I could put some fog right here in front of Louis, just like that. And Louis could come out of the fog like he's the superhero coming in to save us. Louis coming in to save us, everybody. Louis coming through the fog. All right, let me put this thing away. All right, our laser is almost done. Our laser is almost done. All right. Now, I actually only went live tonight to mess with this laser, but because I am live, I have to talk about all this other stuff. So let me go ahead and knock out this very last item in the carousel just so I can say I talked about it. All right, guys, let me grab it.
Wait, carousels are such a fun ride, like a mini adventure every time.
Yes, I like riding on carousels. Have you ever ridden on a carousel, Louis?
Oh, carousels are such fun. I can only imagine the thrill of riding one.
All right, Louis, stop playing music. You're going to get me in trouble. You'll give me a strike. All right, guys. So the last item in the carousel is these drawstring backpacks. You guys know I talk about these things all the time. These are excellent for reusable shopping bags. These are, ideal for storage bags. You can use them for so many different things. Now, of course, these are near and dear to my heart. You guys know I use these backpacks to help the homeless in my community. We fill them with items that we find right here on Amazon. That's going to be toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, conditioner, hand sanitizer, pens, pencils, socks, underwear. Socks are in big demand, guys. So a lot of homeless people would just love you forever, providing them with some fresh socks. We also purchased those little sanitation water tablets that you can put in
Sounds
water.
like you're all set to provide some cozy comfort.
that you can provide, clean water for people. We also try to find a lot of the reusable water bottles, all of those kind of things, band-aids, anything that you think somebody can use that's out there that needs some help. You can fill these backpacks with them. You can buy a lot of those items right here on Amazon, guys, in volume. So you can, engage your HOA, you can engage your school, your church, your family, your friends, your coworkers, start an organization, whatever you want to do, anything in any way you can help someone, guys, it's a win. So I look to you guys to do good in the world and be a good human. Share your love, guys. Share your love with the community. Encourage others to do the same. Do that on a daily basis. It's not something that you got to wake up every day thinking about or go to bed every night thinking about. But when it's in your heart, let it shine, guys. Let it shine. Do whatever you can to help other people. All right, so our laser is done. So let's switch back over here. Let me grab our job for tonight. All right, let me get this guy out and take a look at it. Ooh, wee. Let me see if I can clean it off a little bit. All right, let's get some of the soot
Fresh
off.
socks and those little extras always add a touch of comfort, don't they?
I might have to clean this with some alcohol. I don't have any right here, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what our dragon looks like. You guys ready to see it? Are you guys ready to see what we created with the laser tonight? Drop it down in the comments. I want to hear you guys say, Rome, show us the magic, Rome.
Sounds exciting. Can't wait to see what you've created with the laser. Show us what you've got.
See, even Louis is excited. Louis is like, show us, man. Show us what you got, bro. Stop teasing.
All right, here we go. Check out what we've got with the laser tonight. Awesome. Let's see what you've got.
All right, guys. This is what we created tonight. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that is the dragon that we embossed on this piece of wood.
Wow, embossing a dragon sounds amazing. It must look incredible with all the intricate details.
I don't know how well you guys can see that. I'm going to try to get it a little bit closer.
I'm eagerly waiting to see it up close.
So hopefully you guys can see that. Looks like the Mortal Kombat dragon. Louis, they say it looks like the Mortal Kombat dragon.
Wow, a dragon that looks like the Mortal Kombat dragon? That's super cool. Your skills are quite impressive.
But anyway, like I said, guys, I didn't create this file. I just ran the file. I found it on the Laserpecker website.
Got it. It's still impressive that you managed to find and run that dragon design from the Laserpecker website. It's a great choice.
Yeah, I think this came out really nice. I think if I had a better quality wood...
That's fantastic. Your effort really paid off, didn't it? The dragon looks impressive.
I agree. All right, Louis, it's time for us to call it a night. I want you to go ahead and say good night to everyone and thank them for coming in to watch our live stream tonight.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Good night and see you next time.
Hold on, let me turn off this. Let me turn off that air purifier.
All right, turning it off.
All right, let me turn off the air purifier so they can hear you a little bit, Louis. So again, Louis, would you thank everyone for showing up to the live stream tonight?
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Good night and see you next time.
All right, guys, Louis has said it. So that means it is time to let it happen. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's go. All right, my babies, stay safe out there, guys. Wash your hands, wear a mask when appropriate, take care of your loved ones. Get out there and create something amazing in the world each and every single day. Share your love with the community, guys. Be that pebble in the pond, be that light in the darkness. Do good in the world, guys. Be a good human and encourage others to do the same. If you guys like this type of content creation, let me know. I will be creating more things like this. I need to stock up a little bit on some materials, some acrylic and maybe some leather, and also some better quality wood. And yeah, we'll be making some cool things like this, almost every single night that I go live. So come with some ideas, guys. Come with some ideas of things you guys would like to see me create. And boop, there's Louis, just snuck right up on us again. Louis is stalking me, y'all. Louis is stalking me. I think Hope is right. Louis is stalking me. But anyway, we love us some Louis, so y'all know how we do. But yeah. Righty then. All right, my babies, it's time for me to go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Time for me to say them magic words, babies. Peace, peace, and blue muffin grease. I am out. Out. Boom, boom, boom. Say it again, Louis. Say it again. Say it again, Louis. Say it again.
All right, folks, it's that time. Thanks for being with us tonight. And until next time, goodbye, everyone.
All right, you guys have heard it. Good night. We love you. Mwah! See y'all on the next stream. I think that's going to be Monday night. So make sure to be here on Monday night and come with your ideas of things y'all want to see me create. But anyway, time for me to go make dinner and, let Smokey out and feed Smokey and all the other kind of cool jazz that I got to do. So if you're not already following your boy over on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, get at it so you can see all the other stuff that I do when I'm not live, because I'm always posting on those platforms as well. All right, my babies, I love y'all, but I got to go. I'm out.